Are you among the majority of Americans that consume GMO foods at every meal? According to the Non-GMO Project, as much as 80% of conventional processed foods contain GMOs. So how do you know if you consume them regularly? Let's start this off by defining what a GMO actually is. A GMO, or genetically modified organism, is the result of a laboratory process where specific genes from the DNA of one species are extracted and artificially forced into the genes of an unrelated plant or animal. These foreign genes may come from bacteria, viruses, insects, animals, or even humans, as defined by the Institute for Responsible Technology. Furthermore, most commercial GMOs are made to withstand direct applications of herbicides, such as Roundup, or to produce naturally occurring insecticides. No GMO traits that are currently on the market offer any consumer benefits, such as higher yield or enriched nutritional quality, as biotech promised they would. The biotechnology industry is what created GMOs, and they are now produced and sold by big chemical companies such as Monsanto. GMOs are a direct extension of chemical agriculture, and the long-term impacts on the environment and your health are unknown. The Council for Biotechnical Information includes chemical companies that would appear to benefit from promoting GMO crops. Examples of these companies include Syngenta and Monsanto. Monsanto, for example, is one of the most well-known supporters of GMO production. Monsanto is also the company that produces Roundup. They benefit from the herbicide resistance of GMO crops because this allows toxic backyard weed killers such as Roundup to be used on food crops. However, the Council of Biotechnology Information insists GMOs are perfectly safe, as stated on their GMOanswers.com website. So, are these chemically produced plant products really safe? Most developed countries have found that GMOs are in fact not safe for human consumption. The Non-GMO Project states that more than 60 countries worldwide have either strict regulations or complete bans on the production and sale of GMOs. Now, what about the FDA, you may ask? Are they not supposed to regulate products to ensure that they are safe for consumers? According to the official FDA website, and I quote, "The FDA regulates the safety of foods and food products from plant sources, including food from genetically engineered plants." However, the consultation process used to ensure safety of GMO food products is completely voluntary. The FDA approves these GMOs based solely on analyzed information straight from the producers of the GMO products. They do not personally collect the data. This means that our government validates GMO food safety on studies from the companies that profit from these products. Martha Grout, MD and president of the American Academy of Environmental Medication, replied, "I would urge caution, since we already appear to have initiated the biggest unfunded human experiment in history, and the result is very much unknown," when questioned on the safety of GMO foods. Polls consistently show that over 90% of Americans want GMOs to be labeled, per the Mellman Group. And biotech continues to succeed in hiding this info it's had under wraps since the very beginning. But why? Why would they want to hide that information from us? The reason is that the chemical companies profit from GMO sales. A recent CBS and New York Times poll revealed that more than 50% of consumers would not buy food that has been genetically modified. Mandatory GMO labeling would cause the biotech industry to lose out big time. And this is where the Non-GMO Project comes in. Their mission is to protect the non-GMO food supply and give people an informed choice. By verifying and labeling non-GMO foods, they make it easier for us to steer clear of GMO contamination. Their verified products bear a butterfly label stating they are non-GMOs. In conclusion, GMOs are genetically engineered, artificially manipulated organisms. They pose a very real threat to the environment and our health. Over 60 countries have strict regulations and even bans on GMOs, and yet the U.S. still deems them harmless. The FDA is not directly involved in the regulation of these GMO crops, and they leave it to the organizations profiting from these products. Non-GMO Project and other like organizations are the only hope in finding true GMO-free products. If GMOs don't sell, they won't be produced. It is up to you as a consumer to make your own decision about GMOs. And as said earlier, I suggest you use caution.